Welcome to Jedi Jingle Maker. In this video, we're going to check out this really cool Ibanez skinny-bodied guitar. I'll tell you all about the features on it, tell you about the modifications I've done on it, also tell you about my original music, which I release all the time on the channel, and also my gear review, guitars and amps and effects and such. So I use all of these things in the music I make, which is why it is all connected on Jedi Jingle Maker, and I hope that you will subscribe and enjoy it. So this is the Ibanez SEW, and it is a beautiful thin body guitar. This is the SEW761FM, and it is a, I think, unique instrument in the Ibanez collection, which is stylish and functional. I'll tell you about the pros and cons I have with it here in a moment, but just to drink in the look of it, I mean, the thing looks like a canoe paddle. It's tiny. Pretty too, isn't it? You know, some people don't like that reddish stain. I find it to be really beautiful, especially on this kind of wood where you can see the pores. If you have this on high definition resolution, you can see the pores, I think. But that shows up nicely, gives it a feel. And then, you know, going with it, this just caramelized, dark, roasted neck. I almost worry it would make it brittle, but it certainly hasn't so far. Gives it a very cool look. Now this comes with two different kinds of pickups, which are, I think, fairly notorious in the Ibanez line. One is the DiMarzio True Velvet single coil pickup, which are the two you see up top. They're kind of an off-white color. They came originally with this guitar. The next pickup you see there, the humbucker, was one that I had installed actually by a guitar tech. It replaced a Tone Zone humbucker, which is another DiMarzio pickup, which is a good pickup actually, but I really thought it was kind of thin for what I wanted to do. I wanted to give it some output, so I went all full throttle on it. I got a Seymour Duncan Omega bridge pickup, which makes it an absolute high output flamethrower guitar now in the humbucker position. Cool thing is I can still pop it up and get the neck position dedicated single coil, and that's a great kind of vintage sound as well. So I still do get the best of both worlds, but kind of this middle position in between these two, maybe a little weird. But I really, really like it. I have not updated the saddles. That's something I normally do. But I like the gold finish on these, and they seem to function reasonably well, so I've never replaced them. But that would be the next upgrade I would do, which is I would go to the black, further blackify it. I would go to the black graphite Graphtec saddles that I like a lot. I'll put a link down in the description. But you can see on the front of this guitar the flaming. It's just incredible. As I move the camera up, you can see the shape of the flame changing. That's a very interesting optical effect that you can even capture on cameras, but beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I bought this from Guitar Center, so I had it sight unseen. Wasn't sure if it was going to be any good, look any good, and I was very pleased when I got this. The neck seemed to be in good shape. No damage of any kind found. Now, one of the first things I upgraded was to change these tuners. These are the DiMarzio tuners, and they were fairly inexpensive compared to some of the other tuners, but they self-trim the ends of the guitar string off, which is kind of cool. You can see they got the black knob that kind of offsets the gold. So it's kind of a cool look, I thought, for sure. And then on the top, it's two-tone bolts here. You have the gold nut and you have the post, which is black. So they seem to be fairly reliable tuners. I've been happy with them, no issues. I get the locking tuners, by the way, these are non-staggered tuners because the non-staggered goes with the already tilted neck. You get the non-staggered kind typically. But I also upgraded this to a Graphtec nut. You can see that big old thing. That's a Graphtec nut, and I've got it lubed with graphite grease for extra stability. But you can see the neck, the wood is very kind of textured. There's a grain that runs through it. I find that to be quite nice. I think the white pickups make it look very interesting along with the black personally. I love modifying guitars, making them Frankenstein guitars, and I've done that to this one a bit. One of the other things that I have done was to shield the control cavity. Really doesn't do much, to be honest, but you could shield the inside of these pickup covers. That would be a better thing, but you really can't shield it ever completely. I've almost thought of doing that just for the two single coils, and I may do that. The interesting thing here is that it presents a problem a bridge I've never crossed. One is just to unscrew these directly from the body. And I know it's pretty thin, and if you get into trouble, I think I know what to do in terms of gluing toothpicks in there to fix it, but I don't know. I'm wondered about it. You can see it already got a little rusty. I've played this guitar quite a bit. I have it in a lot of videos. I'll leave a link at the end of the description so you can hear what it sounds like in an actual Jedi Jingle Maker song. This is a very easy guitar to play for hours because it is like 3 and change pounds. It's an incredibly, look, I can pick it up with one hand, no problem. It is an incredibly light guitar, which I love playing and is almost effortless to play. The action is so low, it's unbelievable. It plays better than any guitar I own in terms of how easy it is to play. I love that about it. Playability, and now the tone. I'll tell you, I did think the pickups initially out of the box were pretty noisy, and I don't know what that was exactly. Could have been issues even with my power source, because I did some changes there to clean the power up into this area. But at first it seemed a little bit noisy. Now, not as much, I would claim, especially with the new humbucker. So that's nice. Although there's still a decent amount of noise on the single coils, but I guess that's to be expected on single coils, really. It's got that awesome Fender way less strap. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see what these are. Very inexpensive, like $16 straps. I have them on all of my, you see, all of my guitars, and love those. Not sponsored by anybody, but just something I use. You know, if you got a bunch of guitars, you have to have a lot of guitar straps, and not bad to just be able to spend 15 on them and get something that's great. They're stretchy, which for me, I have some back issues. They really give when you need them to. So great guitar, just a great guitar, in my opinion. Happy with the upgrades I've done to it. Probably went a little bit overboard on shielding that control cavity, but it's the pickups that really pick up the noise signal. So if you're gonna shield anything, shield the pickups. But I've enjoyed having it. It's a great instrument to own, to record with, to play. I don't know that I would ever sell it just because I find it to be so comfortable. So hey, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, leave a comment if you have an Ibanez SEW761FM, because we want to know what you think of yours, and good, bad, indifferent, otherwise, your opinion on this particular guitar to help others make an informed decision if they're so interested. Would I recommend this guitar to a friend? Yes, I would. Absolutely. I would tell them that they should be prepared to put in about $150 of work on it before it is where you're going to want it to be. which is no problem at all for me. I bought it with that in mind. I always wanted it to be a project guitar or mod guitar, so I was replacing the tuners either way, just because they weren't locking. I was replacing the humbucker either way, just because I wanted to use this as a platform for some different pickup than what it came with. And like I said, the mods have been simple, and just one remaining, and that is to replace the saddles, which I do plan on doing, and will continue to make this even more my guitar. So check out the video here at the end, and thanks for watching Jedi Jingle Maker.